Hello and welcome to our Friendship Friday, not on a Friday. Though when you watch this, who knows, maybe it is a Friday. So today we are going to do this bracelet. This is not the best example. It's one my daughter made. Here's another one, and this is the staircase. So what you should be noticing, and it's kind of hard on some of these, is that the knot is spiraling around, and that's what we're going to achieve today. You need to know how to do the forward knot. This right here is the adjustable enclosure for bracelets, which is nice. I will focus on that in a separate video because I did say I was going to do 2 videos this week. So if you've been keeping up and you are subscribed, you would know that. If not, hey, subscribe. You'll get to see a whole bunch of videos, not just on these, but tutorials for crocheting as well. So to start off, I'm going to pull us back. Oh, always go backward, the wrong way. Just really simple. Pick like 3 colors or 2 of the same color and then 1 different. For this, you can do it with 2 threads instead of 3. It'll just be a lot thinner. So I tend to use 3. And you can do them all in the same color. Like this one's all the same color. This one was 2 strings, but because of how I did it, they were folded in half, so it braided out to like 4. Yeah. So if I wanted to do that, what I would do is I would fold this in half, which I can do with this. So I start off with measuring these all to 30 because the 30 inches is good for one of these bracelets. They don't take a ton of thread. And then what I'm going to do this enclosure, because we're just going to do this enclosure because I felt like it, I'm going to make a loop. And then I'm going to take the rest of this and make a second loop. So I have this one and then I have this one because I'm going to put a knot in this one, take all that through, and then I'm just going to guide it so that way I go up and make a low loop. You don't want it to be a huge loop. The bigger it is, the bigger this space right here is in between where it tightens onto this one and from where this starts. So I'll set this to the side and we'll get started. So for this now, since I have essentially 6 strings that I'd be working with, I'm going to separate them by color. And you're going to want to secure this down, whether you use tape or a clipboard. Clipboards are great, love clipboards. But typically for my tutorials, to just do them real fast, I just grab a piece of tape. And typically I use painter's tape. So that will be linked in the bottom in the description. So you don't need much, just a little bit to secure it. And just cover up that knot. Now you don't want it too far past the knot, so I gotta kind of do that with it and manipulate it, and then you want that whole loop covered. So then you're gonna pick which one of these you're going to work with and hold all the others. So in this case, I'm gonna start with the purple and make that forward knot and slide it down, and then I'm going to do it again. and I'm kind of moving it up and towards the right because I'm guiding the knot as it goes on, because we're not doing the 2 knots for color. See how it's moving? So I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'm just gonna kind of go with it and let it guide me. And make sure you push it down real good and tight. I'm gonna bring us closer in so you can get a better view. Did not go the way I wanted it to. So here we go. So you can't see my hands doing the actual knot at this point, but now you're gonna watch it as it slides around this in a circle. I have fuzzies on my desk from working on a hat, and it looks like these are catching the fuzzies. So as we're spinning it around and letting it just kind of do its thing, it is creating this line that goes around it at an angle. I'm going to do one more, then I'm going to switch colors. So then to switch colors, you just kind of grab whatever's next here and put those together. So this one, I got to guide it really nice and slow, so that way it lines up with the previous knot. And then again. And now I'm going to continue going around with this one and then switch colors, so then you can watch as it forms. Again, these are all 4 knots. Okay, so we're about at the 5-inch mark, which is typically where I leave these. I don't have a lot of string left, so I was gonna have to tie it off soon anyways. That's one of the disadvantages about doing it where I folded it in half to do the adjustable bracelet, and only measuring out 30 inches of string. It does kind of limit you. And as you can see, this will be a pretty tiny bracelet. So the adjustable part is good. I like to at least have 5 inches of this actual bracelet part, and then the rest can be of tying. So it, for the wearer. But the 5-inch mark is really good as a stopping marker when you're making these for like kids. This one, I think I did it more at like 6 inches, and it fits me great for an adult. Has lots of extra space, and I can easily slide that to close it with one hand, which is one reason I really like this type of closure, which I haven't done on here yet. But so the big thing is, once you get it like this, I am going to go ahead and do a little bit more of the purple, just because I've already I started with the purple, and I kind of like to end with the color I start with. We'll see how well this tape right here holds up. I'll move it back, the camera back a little. And I'm not going to do much because like I said, I'm almost out of strings. It's just enough to kind of end on that color. And then yeah, I had a feeling this tape wasn't going to let me play. So let's see if I can get this one to hold it for a minute longer. There. That is a disadvantage about the tape. You've probably seen through the video. I was struggling with it because I was pulling so hard that it was coming out of the tape. So I got a couple on there. It's not a lot. It's just enough to kind of even up the color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my knot to end the bracelet portion that is designed, and just slide it there nice and tight, and then pull this out. So here's where this gets fun. So now I'm going to put this through, and I'm gonna have a nice little loop here. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Sometimes I mess it up. And I'm gonna go through that loop, and then I'm going to move. That didn't do it. Hold on. Make the loop. It's easier when it's down at the bottom like that, close to where that loop starts. So what I just did was I pulled on it, and pulled it towards where the loop started. So it made a nice little loop around the bracelet. And I will do an actual tutorial of just that on a different video. Now I have to do another knot at the end of these strings, so that way it can only go so far, and that's the adjustable space it will have. This bracelet's not going to have a lot of adjustable space, so it's probably going to go to my daughter to give to like one of her friends. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling it out because I didn't quite have it far enough out from the shortest string, and since I can pull it once I get it through all the strings through, I needed to just pull a little bit more or go a little further down. What is happening here? They're going every which way. So learn from me. Don't do just 30 inches if you're going to do this method. do at least, I would do 40 honestly, but if you wanted to keep it in the 30s to minimize string usage, then do at least 35, because this is a small bracelet. This is going to be a kid size bracelet, so you need at least 40 if you're going to roll it in half like I did. Most people, if they're going to fold it in half like that to do this type of enclosure, you do about 60 inches. It gives you plenty of wiggle room. It's better to have too much than not enough. So this was a nice small bracelet. Again, this was a super quick bracelet because it's all 4 knots. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing... I'm not sure which one I'm going to do next, but I'm going to start doing a little bit more intricate ones than what I've done thus far. And I will be starting to do ones with off of patterns. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you soon.